don't know what day it is, it's Tuesday. So today's practice, we're going to start by setting an intention, and we're going to actually start seated in our practice today. So if you are not warmed up, if this is your first bit of activity today, I recommend getting yourself a little blanket to create a little wedge underneath your hips. So we're just gonna start by getting our spot ready. I say little, whatever place it is for you. And we're just gonna come down onto our mats in a comfortable seated position. I have little crazy plumes today. So either sitting with legs crossed, easy seat, or you can sit with legs out to the side, or even have the knees slightly bent, whatever position that is in your body, so that you can feel grounded, really long in the spine. And we're just gonna start just moving, maybe lengthen one side and then the other. Breathe. I'm gonna just roll the shoulders up and back and down. Reach arms up, inhale, arms reach up long. Exhale, press the air down. Shoulders roll. Just opening up, just getting the body moving. Letting go. Shaking out the cobwebs, rolling out the cobwebs. Maybe roll the shoulders forward. We're just gonna find that comfortable seat, whatever it is for you, and just start to focus on the breath. And we're just gonna bring awareness specifically into the rib cage. So typically when we breathe, we especially when we're stressed, we breathe very out. The chest rises and lowers, which is one of the ways that we teach you how to breathe. But today I want us to focus on the rib cage, and thinking of the rib cage as gills, like the fish when it's breathing underwater. When it breathes in, the rib cage opens, the chest is going to rise just a little bit. So you can see how I'm breathing into my back, into the rib cage, and as the breath is coming in, the side body is expanding out in the rib cage. So the lungs are really opening out to the side. So just continuing that breath, keeping the hands there if it helps. And you might notice a little different feeling in the spine, in the ribs that are connecting to the spine, because those are muscles and areas of the body that we don't typically work unless you breathe like this on a regular basis, which is a really great way to breathe, and it really helps to get more oxygen into the lungs, into the lower lobes of the lungs, where we tend to get more stagnant air. So just 3 more breaths here, just expanding out of the rib cage on the inhale. 2 more. Now we're just going to add movement to the breath. Inhaling, arms reach up. Exhale, pressing the air down beside us. 2 more breaths here. Inhaling, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, arms press down. Just noticing the belly button, noticing the core, noticing if we're stable in our core, or we're just relaxing and letting the belly hang out. We want to try to keep some abdominal engagement, so just resting and settling down. So we're going to do what's called a purifying breath, and that breath is going to help connect the right and left hemispheres of the brain. It's going to help develop a clearing of the mind. They say this can actually replace a cup of coffee in the morning. It can also help get you a little bit more focused in the afternoon. So in a time when we're asking everyone not to touch their faces. I'm going to assume that y'all are in your own space. You've washed your hands and it's not an issue for you. However, if you would like to continue to build that habit of not touching your face when we do this breath, because I'm going to ask you to close a nostril, you can use a pen, or you can get a towel or a blanket to cover the sinuses. But if you feel comfortable and are okay with touching your face right now, we're just going to close off one side and then the other side. You have a couple of options. So we can take the 2 fingers, so the thumb, 1, 2 fingers, and then just whoosh, let them go down. So that's an option. And we're going to close the nostrils off, going side to side, using the thumb and the ring finger to close off the nostrils. That's an option. Or you can just use a finger, one side, then the other. I'm going to use my pen. So we're going to start just sitting lengthen through the spine. Nice big breath in through the nose. So inhale fully. And then we're going to close off the right side. Exhale through the left. Then inhale through the left. And then we're going to close off the left nostril. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close off of the left, or the right. Exhale left, inhale left. Close off the left, exhale right, inhale right. Now you continue that breath cycle, exhaling, inhaling, then switching sides. And I'm just going to start to bring awareness to the breath and into our focus. If it's comfortable in this breath, as we're going from one side to the other, exhaling, then inhaling, then switching sides, bring the gaze, either close the eyes completely or bring the gaze just past the tip of the nose, and then let the focus of the eyes go blurry. So continuing that alternate nostril breathing. Exhale, inhale. Switch sides. Exhale, inhale. Going at your own breath pace. At your own breath pace, let's do 3 more on each side. And once you've finished all 3 rounds, just let the breath come in and out with no effort. And then we'll take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and aggressive exhales through the nose. So if you have a tissue paper or a towel close by, that might be helpful depending on how clear your sinuses are. You can also, if you have to, if your sinuses are completely congested, exhale through the mouth. But if you can exhale through the nose, that's better. Inhaling through the nose, exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. And then just let the breath go back to normal. Now we're going to start to move, just settling in, feeling the shifting that could have happened in that breath. It's a great breath to do starting the day. We're just gonna begin inhaling again, sweeping arms out and up, reaching to the sky. Exhale, press the air back down. Shoulders roll back and down. Inhale, arms reach up, keeping the shoulders locked down, creating that dynamic tension where we're reaching the arms up on the inhale, but we're pulling the shoulders down and away from the ears. Exhale, pressing down. Inhale, reach up. This time we're gonna keep arms up overhead. Exhale, pressing the right hand down into the mat, fingertips or palms of the hands, and just lifting up, lengthening. And we're just gonna now imagine lifting from the armpit to the hip and just lengthening through the left side of the body. Shoulders down and away from the ears. We're still creating that dynamic tension where we're pulling down, but we're lengthening and lifting up. Feeling like we're just breathing into that left side of the rib cage and just expanding and opening. So it's more about creating that length than it is about getting over in a bend. So just think about lengthening up through the armpit, lifting the heart. Exhale, dropping that left hand down. Inhale, both arms reaching up one more time. Exhale, lower the shoulders. Left hand presses down into the mat, fingertips or palms. Again, drop the shoulders down, open the heart, and then again, lifting from armpit to the hips, and then lengthening. Again, now we're imagining we're breathing through the right rib cage. So just expanding and release. Nice full breath. One more time on the side. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, we're gonna twist, arms lower, twisting to the right. Keeping the spine long, lifting up, length through the head. Little bit, if we want a little lever, we can add a little bit of pressing into the left. Right arm is straight behind us, lifting up, lengthening. Inhale, come back to center. Arms reach the sky. Exhale, we're gonna twist to the left. Just remember, we don't have to get there all in one breath. We can take a few breaths to fully experience the end range of this twist for our bodies. Then inhale, center. One breath, one movement. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. 2 more times on each side, your own breath pace. Full inhales, full exhale. Finding center, arms reaching up overhead. Exhale, we're just gonna press the palms together behind the body. So reaching back, squeezing like there's a rubber ball between our hands, and we're just squeezing it together. Drop those shoulders down and away from the ears. If it feels good, maybe drop one ear to one shoulder, back to center, opposite ear, opposite shoulder. Inhale, sweep the arms back up overhead, head stacks over spine. Exhale, arms come down. We're just gonna bring the legs around, be nice and kind. We're still warming up the body. We're gonna come onto all fours, moving our seated support out of the way. And we're just on all fours now, knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. And we're just gonna do a couple of cat-cow, just to continue warming up the body, warming up the spine. So exhale, we're gonna tuck the tailbone, curl the spine up, chin tucks under. Hold here, 2 breaths. Inhale, curl the spine up and back, or the tailbone up and back. Shoulders roll back, heart reaches forward. Gentle lifting of the head, but we're just really reaching the heart forward. Exhale, curl the tail, back into our cat pose. Inhaling back to cow. Exhaling to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Neutral spine. Tucking the toes, lifting our hips up and back, downward facing dog. Knees bent a lot, heels can be lifted off the mat. Shoulders down and away from the ears, fingertips spread wide on the mat. We're just gonna inhale, lengthen, feel the hips pressing up and back to the sky. Nice deep breath. And we're just gonna baby step our feet to the top edge of our mat. So nice easy steps, nice little baby steps coming into a forward fold. Inhale, monkey pose, so halfway lift, lengthening out through the spine. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, monkey. Hold here, 2 breaths. Just start to open up the hips, feel length in the back body. On our next exhale, we're gonna sit back into our chair. Arms can extend out, or we can bring hands to heart center. Nice deep breath here. Knees tracking with the toes, energies pressing back. Knees stacked over the ankles as much as possible. Inhale, we're gonna press through the feet, reach to the sky. Little spine extension. Exhale, hands down by our sides. Standing mountain pose. Now we're gonna just draw attention to the feet and just start to maybe shift the weight front to back in the feet and just start to build that connection in the base of the feet. Feeling the support underneath us. Feeling the breath. Inhale, shoulders roll up and back. Opening, see elbows pressing back. Big open chest. Big opening in the heart. Just warming up the heart space. Inhale, we're gonna reach both arms up overhead. Lengthen shoulders, press down and away from the ears. We're gonna fold forward on the next exhale. Press the hips back, soft knees, swan dive forward. Nice flat spine, head hangs. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Chair pose. Extended mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale to chair. Inhale to extend. Exhale, swan dive forward. Nice flat spine. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Exhale, chair. Inhale to extend. We're gonna do that 3 more times, your own breath pace. Exhaling, we fold. Inhale to monkey. Exhale to chair. Inhale to extend. 2 more. Last one. Standing mountain pose. We're gonna inhale, both arms reach up overhead. Shifting balance, finding balance in the right foot. And then as we inhale, we're just gonna gently lift the heel of the left foot up off the mat, finding that solid foundation, that solid base in the legs. And then we're just gonna gently tap our left toe back, creating this extension. So one thing we're trying to avoid is this. So we're keeping the hips stable, we're keeping the standing leg stable, and we're just tapping. And then we're gonna lift the knee, keeping the toe pointed, then tap back. Lift the knee. Tap the toe back. Inhale, lift. Extend. One more time. Inhale, lift the foot. This time we're gonna slowly bring our foot all the way back, as far back as we can get it, keeping the heel lifted, coming into our crescent lunge position. Knee stacked over the ankle. You're gonna add a little twist here. Bring hands to heart center. Length through the spine. Connecting those thumbs right into that heart center. Nice big breath. Exhale, we're gonna twist to the right, towards that right knee. Continue to lengthen in the inhale, and exhale, we continue to twist. Building that energy in the core, just wringing out the spine, getting that lymphatic fluid flowing in the body. Inhale, let's come back to center. We're gonna exhale, twist now to the left. And again, remember, we don't have to get to our end range in the first breath. We can take a couple of breaths to get there. Inhale, back to center. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, shifting our weight forward, backward, stepping to the top of our mats, forward fold. Inhale, monkey pose. Exhale, chair. Inhale to extended mountain. Exhale, arms down by our sides. Shifting our weight now into the left foot, lifting the right heel off the mat. Nice long spine, long grounded rooted foot. Nice big breath in. And we're just gonna step, just tapping that toe back. So really energy, we're not locking the knee, but we're pressing back. And then lift the knee. And then pressing. So really activating that whole part of the glute muscles and the hamstrings. Inhale, lift. Working those hip flexors. A little bit of quad. Exhale. Inhale, we come back, knee lifts. Exhale, press. If you want to add a little bit of arm movement. And then so lifting the arms, extending when we press the foot back, and then press the arms down as we lift the knee up. One more time, pressing back, then lift. Now inhale, reach the arms out to the sky. In control, we're just gonna gently glide that foot back into that crescent lunge position. Heels lifted, spine is aligned, hips are centered, head stacked over the hips, and we're just lowering down and then extending that foot back. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Breathe. Now we're gonna add that twist. We're just gonna do a little bit movement, different movement with the arms. Inhale, lengthen up, exhale, twist now to the left. Arms reach down. Right arm pressing down towards the back side of the body. Left or right arm reaching around as we lengthen up through the spine and twist. Inhale, let's come back to center. Exhale, we're gonna twist now to the right. So the right arm reaching down, left arm reaching down, lengthening up, twist, breathe. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, we're gonna step forward. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Exhale, chair. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, standing mountain. Two rounds of sun salutations. First round, 3 breaths for each pose. Second round, 1 breath, 1 movement. Standing mountain pose, again, finding that strong foundation, that strong base in our feet. Knees have a micro bend in our knees, so they're not locked back. Quads are super engaged. Feeling energy pulling up through the midline, all the way up, through the center of the body, all the way out to the crown of the head. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Rib cage might feel like it's gonna blow out, and if it does, contract the core. So create that engagement here in the mid body. Nice full breaths. On our next exhale, soften the knees, swan dive forward, nice flat spine. All the way down. Exhale, head rounds down. Nice long spine. Nice deep breath in through the nose. On our next inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose, lifting up, lengthening the spine, feeling extra action happening in those hamstrings. glute muscles, like noticing when we squeeze and tuck or open and press back. Lengthening out, length through the back of the neck. Exhaling, hands come all the way to the mat as we step back to our plank. Nice flat spine. Options in our plank, both knees to the mat, one knee to the mat, one leg extended. Pressing away, shoulders down and away from the ears. As we exhale, lowering through chaturanga, we're just gonna let the elbows brush the rib cage, lowering in control all the way down. Toes point back, shoulders roll back. Squeeze the knees together, squeeze the elbows, squeeze the glutes. This is our base, this is our foundation from the hips down. It's keeping us rooted and connected as we inhale, lifting, using the muscles along the spine, lifting the heart, shoulders down and away, elbows squeezing in actively towards the midline. Feather-like touch of the hands on the mat. Breathing. Keeping the tops of the feet rooted down. If they're lifting up, maybe lower down a little bit more in this cobra pose to keep that solid base, that solid foundation from the hips down to the tips of the toes. Tuck the toes, pressing up and back, downward facing dog. Alternate one heel press, then the other into the mat, lengthening back, whoo, letting go. If we've been sitting a lot, this probably feels really good to just release those hamstrings, release the back side of the hips, release the calves, that elongation. Inhale, right leg extends. So pressing straight back, left foot's rooting down, feeling a nice strong foundation, keeping the hips square to the mat, pressing, reaching, lengthening the heel back behind us. Exhale, we're gonna step through high lunge. Step that right foot. If we don't quite make it, grabbing that ankle, pulling ourselves up, pulling that foot up, knee stacked over ankle. Solid foundation. Inhale, option, knee to the mat or keep the knee lifted. Inhale to our crescent lunge, you decide. Shoulders down and away from the ears, breathe. Feel strong, feel supported. Feel the breath in the body. Exhale, shifting our weight forward, back foot stepping to the top of our mats, forward fold. Chair pose. Flat spine, reach the sky. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, standing mountain pose. One breath, one movement. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward, nice flat spine. Inhale, monkey pose. Exhale, hands to the mat, stepping back to plank. Exhaling, lowering through chaturanga all the way to the mat. Inhale, cobra or up dog if that's part of your practice. Exhale, down dog. Whew. Inhale, left leg extends. Exhale, step through high lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, shift forward, back foot stepping up, forward fold. Inhale to chair. Exhale, sit. Inhale, extend. Exhale, standing mountain. Now I hear y'all thinking, we did 3 breaths on the right side and only 1 breath on the left side. Well, there's a method to the madness. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward. If you weren't thinking that, awesome. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Exhale, hands to the mat, stepping back to our plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg extends. Exhale, step through high lunge. Crescent. Exhale, shifting our weight forward, back foot stepping up, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, sit. Inhale, extend. Exhale, standing mountain. Now as we transition to the left side, 3 breaths for each pose. Inhale, arms reach up. Just beginning to notice the breath. Noticing any shift in our energy. Feeling the heartbeat. Are we breathing through our nose primarily or our mouth? Inhale, reach, lengthen. Exhale, swan dive forward. Nice flat spine. Whew, let go, hang. 3 breaths. On our next inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. It's a great place to practice that breathing into our ribs. Feeling the ribcage expand. Exhale, hands all the way to the mat, stepping back to plank. 3 breaths. Pressing away, shoulders down and away from the ears. Exhale, either one knee or both knees, or stay in full plank as we lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Shoulders roll back and down. Squeeze those knees together. If we're in up dog, really opening the heart forward, thinking that we're reaching the heart forward and up. Squeezing those thighs together. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Woo! Alternate one heel pressing then the other. Breathe. Inhale, left leg extends straight back. Keep the hips square to the mat. So trying to avoid stacking, really lifting up, because we really want to focus on the back side of the right leg, feeling it in the hamstring. If we stack the hips too much, we take it out of the belly of the hamstring. Exhale, stepping that left foot forward. Left foot, ooh, now left foot next to the left hand. Crescent lunge. Woo. Breathe, settle in. Feel grounded, feel connected. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Back heel is lifted up. If you're struggling with balance here, maybe shorten the stance a little bit. Breathe, exhale, shifting our weight forward. Back foot stepping up, forward fold. Lengthening through the spine on the inhale. And just letting everything melt down on the exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey. Chair. Extended mountain. Exhale, standing mountain. Holding here, just a few breaths. Lengthening through the spine. Shoulders rolling back and down. Feeling open across the chest. A little more twisting. So we're going to fold forward. Step the right foot back. Lower the right heel. Left knee stacked over the left ankle. Inhale, we're going to come up, warrior one. Nice long spine. Squaring our shoulders to the front of our mats. Just noticing the alignment of our feet as well. We're just gonna drop the left arm back and down. Bring that left hand to the left hip and just start to open ourselves like a twist. And then we're gonna reach the right arm straight ahead past that left foot, but we're not reaching with the body, we're just reaching, twisting. Breathe. And then on our next inhale, we're gonna lengthen that left arm out. Warrior two, twist. Breathe. Woo. Inhale, come back to warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Adjusting the feet if you need to. Inhale, lengthen. Strong spine, shoulders down and away from the ears. We're just gonna reach forward, resting the elbow on the knee, and then opening the chest towards the sky, lengthening out through the spine, out through the crown of the head. Hands can be on hips, and we can just stay here, continuing to work on spiraling open. I'm gonna deepen my stance, really squeezing the glutes. So you can see, if you look in this area, I'm relaxed, chilling out, or engage those glutes. And now I'm super active, can create this length, opening up, looking up and past the armpits. Nice long straight line from the right arm all the way down into the right heel. Micro bend in that right knee so the knee doesn't lock back. This is a position or a pose that we can tend to lock that knee back to warrior one. Woo! Straighten the front knee. We're just gonna reach and come back. Reach, so I'm reaching straight over that left foot and come back. One more time, reach, triangle pose, lower that left hand, reach the right arm to the sky, maybe press a little bit into that outside of that left hand to open us up. Breathe. Again, micro bend in that right knee. Inhale back to our warrior two. Whew. Lifting the back heel as we come back to our crescent lunge. A little balancing. We're just gonna shift forward, lifting that right foot up and standing splits. Breathe. Lower that right foot back to the mat, back to the warrior one position, lifting up warrior one. Just when you thought we were done on this side, warrior three. So you go in however feels good in your body. We can either just launch into warrior three, arms can go wherever you need them to go. The foot can also stay connecting to the mat so that we're really focusing on keeping the hips square to the mat rather than opening up, keeping length in the spine. Arms can extend, airplane, or superhero. Lowering back to that warrior one. Exhale, stepping forward. Inhale, reach. Forward fold. Exhale, swan dive forward. Nice flat spine. I'm going to do the same thing, other side. Inhale, reverse up. Nice flat spine all the way. Extend and mountain. This time, stepping that left foot back, crescent lunge, lower the heel, warrior one. So the most important thing to keep that knee safe in the back is to get the shoulders square to the front of our mats. If we try too hard to see how my back knee is collapsing as I'm trying to get my hips to be square as well, and that heel's lifting, if your hip has the internal rotation to get here and not feel it in the knee, then that's great. Otherwise, it's okay to have the hips a little open. Now, we can take this a little deeper, knowing that we're going into this twist. trying to remember. Right arm reaches back. Left arm now reaches past the front of the right knee. So we're twisting, breathing, lengthening up. So if we're starting to feel ourselves collapsing so we can get deeper on the twist, see if we can find that length in the spine. Now the right arm opens out. So arms are reaching out, down and away from the ears. We're twisting. So this knee isn't opening, it's staying. The only part that's moving is up in the upper body. Back to warrior one. Warrior two. Opening up, warrior two. I'm just gonna switch my direction. So opening up, warrior two. So even in warrior two, we can get this lordosis, this big, huge curve in the lower back. And then the glutes are just like, haha, now I don't have to do anything. I just get to hang out here. But we want them to be active in this pose. So engage the glutes. That also feels like squeezing the knees towards each other. Then we create this great, solid, strong foundation in the legs. Relaxed, engaged. Nice full breath. Shoulders down and away from the ears. We're gonna reach. Come back to center. One more time, reach. Elbow rests on the knee. Reach to the sky. So opening, spiraling open. I'm gonna deepen my stance. We can keep arm up overhead. We can bring it down to the hip to kind of get that little bit of a pull to bring us around. Keep this knee lined up with the toes. It's gonna wanna come in, but keep it open. Lengthening, straight out. If we want, create that straight line from the fingers all the way into the foot. And then back to warrior two. Straighten the front knee. Just shorten up a little bit. Triangle pose. Exhale, reach. And back to center. Then reach. And back to center. One more time. Reach, reach, reach. Hold here. Can I breathe? Am I in control? Are these muscles along the body engaged? If so, lower that right arm. Left arm reaches up. Triangle pose. Squeeze the booty. Lengthen through the spine. Engage the core. Inhale, reach back up. Warrior two. I'm just gonna face you guys again. Oh my God, look at that. I'm getting lazy over here. You guys gotta call me out. And so we're gonna come back to that warrior one. So notice when I come into that warrior one, it's just a little bit of that rotation, but my knee isn't being compromised at all. From that warrior one, crescent lunge. Standing splits. So shifting the weight forward, coming into that standing split. Keep the hips again stacked, or not stacked, but square to the mat. Weights in the heels. See if we can find softness in our face. Maybe even a smile. Exhale, lower that foot back to warrior one. Lifting into that warrior one. Now we're gonna float into that warrior three. You decide. Options. We can float. Warrior one. Option two, you stay. Warrior one. Or three. What am I saying? Other options for arms out to the side, down by our sides, or again, superhero arms Woo! As I fall over. It happens. Back to warrior one. Stepping, standing mountain. Exhale, fold. Stepping back to plank. Knees to the mat, child's pose. Big toes together. Let's take the knees wide on the mat, pressing hips to heels. Arms extend out. Let the heart sink to the mat. Inhale back at all fours. Bring the knees back under the hips. Just moving your body right now, however you feel. Moving the spine, I should say. Maybe we want to lengthen one side, then the other, making a smiley face with our spine. Smiling one way, smiling the other way. Or we want to just make big jump roping movements with the spine, going in both directions, or maybe cat-cow. Whatever feels right in your body. Breathing. Then just find center. Both hands connected to the mat. Now, if this is hurting your wrist, you can always make fists for wrists. But if we can have hands down, pressing into the finger pads, right down the middle finger. And we're gonna just go ahead and do some spinal extensions, some spinal balances. So we're just gonna inhale, extend the right arm, and then extend the left leg straight back, lower. And now inhale, extend the left arm, extend the right leg. Exhale, both hands and knee back to the mat. Now inhale, lifting both at the same time. Right arm, left leg. Exhale, lower back to the mat. Inhale, left arm, right leg, extend. Exhale, back to the mat. Just flowing side to side. Now, if you want to add a little bit more fun, a little bit more work, a little bit more balance challenge, we can extend and then bring elbow to knee and extend back out and then back. Extend, elbow to knee, extend back out. Or we can just continue side to side, spinal balances. Another option, if we're struggling, if you find yourself like, woo, kind of like a fish swimming in the water, which is a whole other movement, then maybe just lift the arms for now, because this is a core stabilization movement. It's a spinal stabilization movement. So we're working on creating that core stability with alternating from side to side. So whatever feels good. 2 more on each side. 2 more right, 2 more left. And then when you finish, just finding child's pose. Maybe this time stack the hands in child's pose. Let the forehead rest on the hands. Just breathe. Then we're gonna come back all fours. Bring the legs around, so we're coming back into that seated position. We're gonna extend both legs out for staff pose, sitting up tall. This is another opportunity for us to use that blanket. Maybe just stick it right under the hips and let the hips just sit right on the edge. So if we were to sit straight up on the blanket, we wouldn't get that forward tilt of the hips. and we would just be sitting on a blanket. And what this is meant to do is just create a little bit more spinal support, a little bit more support as we're building our strength to sit up tall, to have that proper spinal alignment. Hands can rest on top of the thighs or fingertips or palms of the hands down on the mat, depending on your body and your arm length and your torso length. Reaching, lengthening, crown of the head, lifting up to the sky. Shoulders down. Belly pulls in and up. Still able to take nice full breaths. We're just gonna inhale, arms reaching up, sweeping out to the side. Exhale, we're gonna reach long. So if we need a micro bend in the knees, please take that now and think about reaching the belly button past our knees rather than just rounding over. Think about this lifting up and then hinging with the hips as we reach forward. And that might be it for us today. Hands can rest on the shins, maybe holding the calves or the thighs or the toes or big toe. Maybe hook the big toe with our peace fingers. And just continue to lengthen the spine. Noticing I'm not rounding yet. We're gonna get there. And then now we're just gonna round from the mid back all the way up. So keeping that spine, the lower spine, flat and long. Using the hands to gently walk us back up to that seated position. Just removing that blanket. Keep it closed because we might want it for relaxation, which we're heading there now. Nice big breath. And we're just gonna take the left knee and bring the foot to the inside of the right calf, or if you have the knee mobility to bring the foot to the inside of the thigh, you can go there. And since we're not pushing into the knee joint, you can also have the foot at the knee, and we're just opening. Just letting that external rotation in our hips as we're still sitting up tall. And now from here, we're just gonna take that left ankle over the top of the left knee. So it's not on the kneecap, it's just above the knee. And then we're just gonna slowly bend the right leg. So hands are behind us. The other thing that we might notice in this pose is that we're gonna curl the tailbone under. So what I want us to work on is opening the heart. So first broadening the shoulders and then pressing the tailbone into the mat. Lengthening through the head. So we're not tucking the chin. Foot's flexed, relaxed, flexed. And then just gently releasing out, extending the leg. Shake it out. Right side. Lengthening up. Just letting that hip open out to the side. Breathe. And then crossing that ankle over the top of the knee, above the knee, I should say. And then we're just gonna I'm lifting my heel, because if I drag my heel back, then my mat comes all the way. But anyway, hands again behind us, knees bent, lengthening, nice long spine. Breathing, shoulders down and away from the ears. 3 breaths here. And then gently releasing out, shaking out. Now we're gonna come onto our backs. I'm gonna show you an option with the blankets if you have it with you. When we go into relaxation, just letting the blanket rest over the hips or even over the stomach or over the tops of the thighs is super grounding, and it feels really, really, really good. So I like it here. And then if we're using the blanket, legs can be extended. We could add a little pillow or a rolled up towel or blanket under the knees to add a little bend in the knees if we need it. And then from here, I want us to think about tucking the shoulder blades under so that the heart lifts. And then the arms open out to the side if it's comfortable. And then just think about lengthening from the crown of the head all the way down to the tailbone. Then the back of the neck relaxes down towards the mat. Feeling the flesh on the face begin to just feel like it's melting off of our faces, just releasing any tension in the jaw, any tension that we may be feeling between the eyebrows, which is a place we sometimes have tension, we don't even realize it. Just letting that go. The space underneath the eyes, that flesh under the eyes. Just starting to take equal ratio breaths. I'm gonna bring us through a couple counting with you, and then you're going to finish relaxation, breathing that equal ratio breath at your own count. So I'm gonna start us at 4. So we're gonna inhale for 4, hold, pause, exhale for 4, hold, pause, inhale for 4, exhale for 4. So we're just gonna go ahead and let all the air out of our lungs, and then inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, pause. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, pause. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, pause. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, pause. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, pause. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Now when we exhale, see if we can let the exhale last for a count of 10. Exhaling, your own count of 10. Just let the exhale last and last and last. Now just letting the breath go back to normal, not forcing an inhale or controlling the exhale, just letting the breath flow in and out with no effort. We're just going to slowly begin to move the fingers, wiggle the toes. You are more than welcome to stay in relaxation. I'm just going to bring everyone else up, coming up to taking your time coming back to a comfortable seat. You're just bending one knee, then the other. And then just rocking up to a comfortable seated position. If you want to use your blanket again as a cushion. So as we're making our way to that seated position, just taking a moment to scan the body from the crown of the head all the way down into our seat and then into our feet. I'm just noticing anything that may have shifted. Maybe a space was blocked and now it feels like it's open and it's flowing. Inhaling, both arms reach up overhead, letting our palms connect overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to the space between the eyebrows. Taking 3 breaths here to send gratitude inward, something about ourselves that we are thankful for. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhale, nice big breath, lifting our heart to meet our thumbs. And now we send gratitude out into the world, out into our community, or maybe into our household. Thinking, actually, let's focus on our household. If you've already sent gratitude out into the world, awesome. Now I'm going to ask you to focus on something that you're thankful for within your household. Take another nice deep breath in. If eyes are closed, just slowly begin to open the eyes. Just bringing our awareness back into the room. Maybe look up and then down and to the side and to the other side, and then look at our noses and then back to the whatever device we're watching on. And hopefully we're noticing the heat building between our hands as we are going through that gratitude activity. Take a nice deep breath in. Thank you all for tuning in, and I look forward to Thursday's class, and have an amazing day. If you have any requests for movements, please shoot me a message, comment in the video feed. The video will be up soon with